Hey everyone. I thought it'd be useful to tell the story of how I quit drinking, the simple steps that you have to follow. So this all started in September 2017. I'd been on, a 10-year lasting binge of alcohol basically, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And at the time I was living with my ex-girlfriend, and we'd been having some problems and we'd broken up, and things were just spiraling out of control and out of control, and I was getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and I was really just crying out for help. In my head I was hoping that I would be hospitalized, and that someone would realize that there was a problem and someone would help me. I didn't have the courage to ask for help from anyone. I didn't value myself enough. I didn't want anyone's help. I just wanted to suffer basically, which is kind of horrible looking back on it, but it is what it is. And so I was just drinking stupid amounts, and I kept having stomach problems. I got cholecystitis twice, which is inflammation of the gallbladder, and it's gallbladder controls your stomach acid, and it's a little organ down here. I don't know if you can see that somewhere around there. And it was horrible. Both times I felt like I was going to die. It felt like knives stabbing me in the side repeatedly. It was horrible. And but I just brushed it off. I even drank through the pain. Then my stomach started swelling up, like the size of a pregnant lady, and I'd be sat down. Sometimes it would be painful to sit down. I'd have to lie. I'd be rolling over sometimes when I was trying to sleep, and it would be pushing on my stomach, and it was really sore. So all of this then led to one morning. I woke up at about 5:30 in the morning on the floor in what was my old flat, face down on the floor. Woke up, didn't even know where I was, didn't know what time it was. Then I walked over, before I'd even had time for my brain to process anything, I walked over to the fridge, and I pulled out a bottle of wine and a couple of beers, and I drank the whole bottle of wine. I put a straw in it and I drank it in about 10 seconds. And then the two beers, I drank them as quickly as possible. And then as the alcohol hit my throat, it kind of dawned on me what I'd done. And I'd already been drinking day and night for about, I don't know how many days. I'd drunkenly quit my job. And I was really spiraling out of control. And as soon as I started to wake up, basically, I just began to cry because I just thought to myself, I can't do this again. I can't be drunk for another day, go through another day of doing stupid things and feeling horrible. And I needed to go to the doctor. I needed to go to the doctor to get a kind of signed off work. Otherwise, the company would probably have sued me for just quitting before my contract was over. But I really just couldn't. I could not continue working. I couldn't go in. I could barely make it through the door. I was so paranoid. Not paranoid necessarily, but just so anxious. I couldn't even look people in the eyes. It was horrible. Um, and so I did this, and then my ex-girlfriend saw me, and she saw me crying, and she burst into tears, and she was furious at me, but also worried at the same time, obviously. And she said to me, if I don't stop drinking, that she'll never speak to me again, because she said that she couldn't watch me die. And then that kind of clicked to me. This isn't just hurting myself. I'm not the only person on this planet. I'm actually hurting all the people around me by doing these things, especially her, because no one else really has to deal with the downside of it. They just get to see funny drunk Connor. And so her saying that to me really made it kick into perspective, and I decided to go to the doctor and ask, just tell the truth basically. I'd go to the doctor, tell her the truth, and ask for help. Because when I saw her there crying and I realised the damage I was doing, it was a wake up call. It was, I'd been blinded thinking that nobody cared about me. I'd been blinded by all of that and all of the alcohol, and then I just realised it was time to go to the doctors. So yeah, that was the stage until going up till the doctors, and I'll cut the video here and add on, make the second part now. Thanks very much.